Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited because today we're going to be doing my July bullet journal theme. Summer is always my favorite time to do bullet journal themes because it allows me to do really fun and colorful themes, which are always my favorite to do. And for July, I went onto my Instagram story and I asked if anybody had any suggestions or requests for a bullet journal theme for July. And the one that I actually picked from the list was submitted by my friend Sydney, and she requested that I do a farmer's market theme. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that I've referenced this list that I have in my phone for a long time. I have a note in my notes app of all of my bullet journal theme ideas, and it's really long. I've counted before. I think I have enough in there to do like 5 more years worth of journal themes, but the actual first one on that list is fruit. And so when my friend Sydney suggested that I do a farmer's market theme, I thought it would be the perfect combination to knock them both out and do some really cute fruit imagery. So today I have on a pretty fruity outfit. I have these like colorful accessories and my necklace that has a strawberry on it. This was made by my friend Michelle. I'll link her little jewelry business in the description box. And with that, I'll take you over to my desk and I'll show you the Pinterest board that I made for this theme. Okay, I realized later that the Pinterest section that I filmed, it wasn't actually filming me talking, so I'm just going to do a voiceover. But this is my little Pinterest board that I made. I pinned a bunch of these illustrations from different artists of their renditions of different fruits and vegetables. I feel like a lot of them are super cute and they're very stylized and fun and funky. Some of them are painted, some of them are clearly digital, some of them are clearly hand-drawn. And I also pinned a bunch of different fruit stickers because I knew that I wanted a major component of these designs to be fruit stickers on each of the pieces of fruit. So I had a lot of inspiration for those because I wanted to draw my own and like cut them out and glue them onto the page. And then I pinned a bunch of font options also. This one that I'm about to click on is the one that I ended up choosing. I feel like it's the most fun and funky and it has a lot of character that I feel like would be cool to offset what I expected to be a very plain and primitive like gouache painterly texture of the fruits. So I wanted the font to be very funky on top of that like more classic look. And that's my Pinterest board. Hi everyone. This is the first thing I'm filming for the video, and if I'm being very honest, I am not very excited about this right now. I have not had a lot of inspiration recently. Anyway, I'm also just very tired. It's 3 days until July, so I need to start working on my journal. And honestly, that's just a reality of doing bullet journaling, is that you do kind of have to force yourself to do it even when you don't want to, because if you don't, then you don't have a planner. That is actually one of the reasons why I like journaling, because it forces me to be creative on a schedule. It doesn't let me like slack on being creative and like having my outlet, because everything is on a timetable and you have to do it. We're gonna try and do something today, and if I don't like it, that's okay. I did sketches for pretty much all of my pages the other day, and I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna turn out yet. They're very vague. I'm just gonna try, and like I said, if I don't like it, that's okay. So I have decided I am going to paint for these. Have my gouache paints. If you remember last year in November 2024, I used gouache in my journal for the first time and I really liked it. It was so much fun. So I'm hoping that doing this like non-traditional medium for me will help me to feel more creative today. I have all of these fruits sitting in like a little basket. My idea is to paint all of the fruits so that the texture of like the skins of all the fruits looks very organic and like pretty and painterly. And then I want to do these stickers on the fruits. Like I'll do them on another piece of paper and cut them out and put them on, but I want those to be really graphic. And then I haven't decided for sure yet, but the background and the props, like this basket and this sign, I'm thinking of doing those in like Posca paint markers so that they're really dense and graphic and like just color block. I feel like it'll be a cool contrast with the paint of the fruits, but that's how I'm seeing it in my brain. I don't know if that's gonna look good, but we're just gonna try. The first thing that I want to paint is this one. It's gonna be a mango. I'm really into mangoes right now. I've been wanting everything to be mango flavor. I don't know, I also think that they're very beautiful and the colors on mangoes are so pretty and they blend so nicely. So we're gonna try that. If you didn't see my November, I did gouache in November 2024 and December, and both of those videos are really, really good. There's like 2 of my favorite journal with me videos I've ever made. I would definitely recommend watching those because I think I go a little bit more in depth about painting in those videos. But if you missed them, I use the Winsor & Newton designer gouache. I really like these. I feel like they're pretty middling in price. I have my messy palette that I'm not gonna clean before I do this because all of this is like gouache anyway, so we'll just continue using it. If you didn't know, gouache is water activated, so I can use the stuff that's still on there. I have my paint cup, which is a skull, which I love. And I have this big jar of brushes that are all from unknown sources. So let's just get started. So I just started painting, and honestly, I feel like I've probably said this in my other videos that I've made that are about painting. I feel like painting is something that it's not something that like sticks with me. And every time I do it, if I haven't done it in a while, I kind of like have to reteach myself. It's not like riding a bike, you know? So it took me a while to kind of get what texture and what look I was going for. And like, I like this mango, but took me a long time to like blend the colors and remember how to get the right texture of gouache right and like the right ratio of water to pigment and stuff. But once I started doing the rest of the page, I feel like it kind of came back to me. But it's just one of those things that like when I don't do it for a while, I just like forget, and like my hands like forget about, I don't know, the muscle memory like goes away or something. I don't know. But I do like how it turned out. I also think that gouache is a very forgiving paint, and it's one that you can like pick up and practice with. So if you're not somebody who's traditionally a painter, I'd recommend doing gouache even with like some cheap paints, because it's just easy to work with. It's forgiving. Like I said before, it's water activated, so you can always like move things around and blend more, add more water, thin out colors. It's just really easy to use. So I'd recommend if you're looking to try and get into painting. Okay everyone, we're back. I finished painting all my fruits, and I do like how they look. This is not so far my favorite thing I've ever done, but we're not done yet, so we'll see. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is make my little stickers for the fruits. I am gonna do that on just a separate piece of paper, and then I'm gonna cut them out and glue them on, because I feel like trying to like blend colors and like paint around shapes in there would have been too hard, and I feel like it will look kind of collagey if I do that. So I'm just gonna use some marker paper. Like I said in the beginning, I think I want to do very like graphic things. Okay, so what I've done here is I've just drawn some outlines. I tried to keep them vaguely the same size as like the outlines that I had originally drawn on here. And I think I'm gonna try and use some of these, because I think I'm gonna use my Posca markers to do the backgrounds of the pages. So I'm gonna try and tie in the colors by like using some of those, but I think it's gonna be hard. I don't have like the super fine tip Posca markers. These are the smallest ones that I have, which are like 1.3 millimeter. I am gonna probably use those maybe like for the backgrounds on here, but I remembered that I have these. These are gel pens from Archer and Olive, and I've used these a couple of times before, and I really like them. They're super vibrant, and like the neon ones, like this yellow and green and this orange, they are super vibrant. So I feel like these would be really cute to use, and they're also obviously really small. So I think I'm gonna use these too. I am gonna just turn on some music and then like zone out and draw these, and we'll see what we come up with. So I knew that this was gonna be a little bit of a hard task, because I knew that drawing these things really small was going to be hard, but I thought that was going to be like a fun challenge, and it definitely was. Like I enjoyed doing it, but I feel like in retrospect, I would have made the fruits bigger on the page so I could make the stickers bigger, because drawing these was actually really hard. And so I didn't end up using the Posca markers because they were way too big for the size that I needed to do. So I just used the gel pens and the thin tips, and then I cut them out. And even though it was hard, like they look so cute that I don't even really care how much time it took me to draw these, because the final result is just so cute, and it really elevated the page. I feel like it just really completed the look. Okay, we're back. I didn't draw all of these on camera because I thought it was gonna take too long, and it did. And I also hated the first banana ones that I made, so I threw those away. But these are the little stickers that I made. I actually think they're so cute. I didn't end up using any of the Posca markers, but some of these colors in here are very similar to shades of the Posca markers that I have, so I think it'll look seamless anyway. So I'm just gonna glue them on. I have this liquid glue. This is from Tombow. I shared this in a TikTok and Instagram reel recently. I bought this at a stationery store in New York City, and I've never seen this before, even though you guys know that I love Tombow. And it has two tips. It has this like big like chisel tip, kind of broad tip, and then this side is a tiny little pen size tip. And I've been using this in my junk journal recently, especially this side, to glue like really small things in, and it works so well. So I'm gonna use this. I'm also gonna grab my tweezers. These are my Archer and Olive tweezers. I really like these. They have the tiniest little tip, so they're great for small things like this. So I'm just gonna hold it with my tweezers, and I'm gonna dab a little bit of glue on. And this glue tends to spread a little bit, so I'm just being really light-handed with it. and I'm just gonna place them on. I like how I think these are gonna look a little bit 3D because this paper is kind of thick. So I feel like that will be a cool look, and it'll make it look very like collagey and handmade, which I'm going for. I love this little lemon one. It's so cute. I realized that you can kind of still see some of the pencil marks that are on the paper, but I might try and erase those later, but I kind of don't care. I feel like it makes it look very like painterly. So I think this orange one is my favorite though. It's so cute. I will say the one thing about this glue is it does take a little bit to dry. I think that can be good if you're doing a project where you want to like have the flexibility to like adjust things while you're working. I think it's good for that, but if you need something that dries quick, this is not the right product for you. I like that this apple sticker looks very like retro. It kind of looks like a vintage little orchard sticker or something. Okay, and then for this other banana one, I'm gonna trim a little bit off so it looks like it's kind of hanging off the edge of the banana. Not hanging off the edge, but it's like part of it is obscured, like you can't see it. Oh, so cute. I really like these. This is turning out way cuter than I thought it was going to. And like I said before, I knew I wanted to do some of the colors that are in the stickers as the backgrounds and like the prop things. So I do think I'm going to use some of these. I don't know what color I should use for the background. Like the one that I gravitated towards was this dark blue, but I don't know if that's going to be like too, I don't know. Maybe I'll use the 2 shades of blue for this little basket. Like I'll do it in dark blue, and then I'll do these little rivets on the side in the light blue. And then maybe for the background, I saw a poster online that had this like actual like foresty green color as the background, and I like that. I feel like that's kind of out of my comfort zone. If it was me, I think I would do red or pink, but I don't know if I already have too much red and pink on the page. Don't know. And then I think I might use some of these markers again for some of the details on this little sign to tie in like the vibrant neons. I wish that these videos were live so you guys could tell me what color you think I should do the background, but they're not. So I guess I'll have to think about it and then I'll come back. So when I started using my Posca markers, I really love these, but I've been having an issue with some of mine recently. This light blue, I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the fast forwarded footage, but it's having this problem where like when I press the tip down to like release more paint, it like explodes, like a huge amount like globs out onto the page. And you have to like spread it out really thin. I don't know what I did to make it do that. Maybe I just need to get a new one, but it's so hard to use now because of that. And I feel like I just need to use a paintbrush to spread it out because it like overloads the page. It like waterlogs the page. Anyway, after that, I went in and I did my little sign, and I used a combination of Posca markers and the gel pens for that. And I feel like the colors really contrast well, so it really pops out. Okay, now that I've done my little sign and my little basket, I'm kind of feeling a red background. I don't know, I feel like you guys are gonna be mad that I'm choosing that because I feel like pink, well, I don't know, pink would be cute too. I don't know what to do. I have red. See, like this is just like speaking to me. Yeah, no, I think it's red. I think it has to be red. These are always the moments where I'm like, this is gonna make or break it. But like I can't leave it with no background. I also did this where I think I'm gonna do a little border background so it's not gonna go all the way to the edge of the page. I'm gonna commit, I'm gonna do it. If you, like me, struggle making decisions, especially when it comes to color palettes, something you could do is take a picture of the page with a white background and then put it in Photoshop or PixArt or another app on your phone and draw in the color that way just so you can see how it looks before you commit to actually putting it all over the page. Okay, I finished my divider page. I did the red and I liked it, but it was kind of like not giving enough for me. So I also put these pink stripes in the background and I like it. This is giving very like, I don't know what this style is. I feel like this is a very modern, funky, like modern funk style that a lot of people do that I've never tried before, and I like it. I feel like it's kind of out of my comfort zone, but I really like how it turned out. Let me fix this line right here. But now I'm gonna do some of the other pages. I think I'm gonna do this little header for my calendar page, and then maybe this header. They're the same. I just did more fruit outlines, and I'm gonna put the letters inside of the fruits, and yeah, that's it. So I think I'm gonna do the fruits with the paint, and then the letters will be with some of these pens, and I think I'll probably do different colors. I haven't decided also if I'm gonna do a background on these yet, probably, but we'll see. For these little header pages, I thought I was going to like just using the like neon colors as the letters on top of the fruit. I felt like that was gonna maybe like, I don't know, take the place of the fruit stickers in my brain. And honestly, like it didn't. It's not hitting me the same way as the cute little stickers did. Like I still like it, and I feel like they pop out and they look cool, but they don't have the same vibe as the stickers. So I think I might go in later and add some like texture on top of them, like draw some patterns on the letters to kind of emulate that more. I don't know, I just feel like it's missing something. Okay, hey everyone. I'm gonna do a little break in the middle to do a little side quest. So if you are new to my channel, in all of my journal with me videos, which I make every month to do all of my new bullet journal themes in my journal, I tried to always include a little segment in the middle that I call a side quest, where we do something else, we talk about something that is related to the bullet journal theme, we go on an adventure, we visit a new place, we do a different craft, we do something fun. Like for example, last month when I did my summer camp theme, I showed some of my like old friendship bracelet stuff, and I showed me putting my like friendship bracelet anklet on for this summer. Like in December last year when I did my nutcracker theme, I showed some like wintry, nutcrackery, sugar plum fairy makeup products and stuff like that. I always like to do a little side quest in the video. Sometimes I don't have time, but sometimes I like to. Anyway, for this video, I didn't know what I should do for this. I thought we could go to a farmer's market, but I don't really have time to go to one like this weekend that I have time to film the video. We're not doing that, but I have another summer themed side quest that we're going to talk about today, and this is going to be my summer watch list. So I actually started a note in my phone a couple months ago about all of my favorite things to watch during the summer that just like have the ultimate summer vibes, and I don't really like to watch at other times of the year. So I have curated a list of a bunch of things that I like to watch during the summer. I also think I'm gonna make a little Instagram story, like add yours infographic that you can share to your Instagram story and cross out all the ones that you've watched, or you can just make it like your phone background, or just keep it in your camera roll and cross out all the ones you've watched when you've watched them. I will say these movies and TV shows that I have definitely range in genre and in audience. So if you're trying to find something to watch like with your friends or with your family, definitely look up like what the rating on all of these things are, because not all of them are like fully family appropriate. So I just want to preface with that if you're gonna watch any of these things like with a group of people. Okay, I'm gonna start with TV shows because I only have 3 series on here. I have The Summer I Turned Pretty, obviously. I honestly so excited for the 3rd season of the show coming out. I'm literally so excited to watch it. I just rewatched the 1st and 2nd seasons in preparation for the 3rd season, and it comes out like 2 weeks from when I'm filming this, so I'm so excited for that. And then I have Outer Banks. I don't know, I feel like I was late to the Outer Banks train. When it first came out, I watched a couple of episodes of it and I was like, this is the dumbest show I've ever watched. And then like a year later, I came back and I watched all of the seasons that were out at the time, and I love that show. It's absolutely ridiculous and crazy. It's like about teens who live in the Outer Banks and they like go on this heist to find treasure. All of the plot lines are absolutely absurd, but the show is just so entertaining. The action is great. They do that great thing that like Marvel does where they're in a crazy situation and everyone is just like having so many quips. Like everyone is just making jokes and like doing one-liners while they're in like a life or death situation. Anyway, I love that show. It's so fun. It's so summery. And then my 3rd show is of course H2O, the best 2000s summertime mermaid show of all time. And H2O is something that I go back and I watch at least a couple episodes every summer because it's just, it's the best vibe because it really puts you in the perfect mood. Okay, and then I have a good number of Disney Channel original movies on this list because they're my favorite genre of movie, and there are some DCOMs that are just perfect for summer. So of course, High School Musical 2, Camp Rock 1 and 2, obviously because they're both during the summer. And then I also put Cheetah Girls 2. I feel like that one is a great one to watch if you're going on some sort of trip, or like if you're going on a European vacation or something like that. It's the perfect thing to watch. I know I talked about this a long time ago, but in January I went to Barcelona and I watched it on the plane on the way there. And obviously it wasn't summer at the time, but it was so perfect thing to put me in the mood. And then I of course have Starstruck. I don't even know if that movie takes place during the summer, but it gives the perfect vibes, and they sing that song Something About the Sunshine. And then I know this isn't a Disney Channel original movie, but I of course have Hannah Montana the movie. Not only is it one of the best summer movies of all time, but it's one of the best movies of all time ever made. It's so good. Okay, and I have a couple of other like family, fun, nostalgic movies on the list, and those include The Parent Trap, of course, summer camp vibes. Cheaper by the Dozen 2, so good. Monte Carlo, oh my god, so good. That's also a great movie to watch before you like go on a trip. Aquamarine, I think Aquamarine is the summer movie of all time. I'm actually watching that right now while I'm doing my journal. It just hits every time. Oh, and then I of course have The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 1 and 2. They have the perfect summer vibes, and because they follow 4 different characters who are all in different places for the summer, they give you a vibe for any possible scenario you might be having for the summer. Like if you're just staying at home with your family, there's a vibe for that. If you're going to summer camp, if you're going on a vacation, if you're visiting family out of town, like it has the vibe for every single situation you could possibly be doing for the summer. Even if you just have like a lame summer job, Tibby has that in the first movie. So like it's perfect. Of course I have to have Mamma Mia on the list. We can put Mamma Mia 1 and 2 because you know. And then I have Soul Surfer. I don't know if anyone else has like a nostalgic attachment to that movie like I do, but I loved that movie when I was a kid. Even though when I watch it now it's not like as good as I remember, it just hits. Like the vibes are so good. The soundtrack is insane for that movie. Carrie Underwood is in it. Like, oh my god, it's so good. Perfect beach vibes. Oh my gosh, also I should have mentioned this earlier, but I have Moana on the list, which is the only like animated kids movie that I have, but Moana is my favorite Disney movie. It's so good. The lush scenery of like the ocean and the sand and the island, like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's just the perfect aesthetic thing to have on. Okay, now I'm gonna like go up a little bit in rating. So these ones are maybe a little bit more elevated, less like family or teen oriented, but I have The Way, Way Back, which is so underrated. No one ever talks about this movie, but I watched it for the first time last year, and since I watched it for the first time, I think I've watched it 6 times in like 1 year. It's this movie that has Steve Carell, Allison Janney, like the cast is insane. Young Anna Sophia Robb is in it, Toni Collette is in it, Sam Rockwell. It's basically this boy and his mom who are with the mom's boyfriend and his daughter, and they're going to the beach together for the summer, and it's about how the son is not being accepted by the community and by the family and by the mom's boyfriend, and he basically goes and like gets a job for himself at a water park. I don't know what about it, it just touches me so deeply. It's like my favorite movie that I've seen recently. It's so good. Okay, and then I have Grown Ups 1 and 2, which I feel like that's not super like R-rated. It's just like a little bit raunchy because it's Adam Sandler and whatever. Then I have 50 First Dates, which is also Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore rom-com, which used to be probably one of my favorite rom-coms. I still love it. I think I've just seen it too many times. And then I of course also have Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which is definitely up there. Like, don't watch that with your family, don't watch that with kids. Like, it's raunchy, it's graphic movie, but it's so funny. But the last 3 movies that I have on the list are kind of random. I have 2 Nicholas Sparks movies. I have The Last Song with Miley Cyrus, Liam Hemsworth. Beautiful, incredible, amazing movie, love it. And then I have Safe Haven, which is Josh Duhamel and Julianne Hough. Both of those movies take place at the beach, so they just have great, beautiful coastal beach vibes. They're definitely a little bit heavier in topic, but they are still like fun, great watches for the summer. And then the last one that I have is Tuck Everlasting. I can't believe I didn't watch that movie when I was a kid, but I watched it a couple years ago and I love it. It's also been turned into a musical. It's on Disney Plus. It has Alexis Bledel in it from Gilmore Girls and Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. It's very like cottagecore, like kind of fantasy, just like it's so cute, it's so beautiful. All the imagery in that movie is gorgeous and has cute little romance, which I love. So that's for the last movie on my list. Okay, I don't know what happened to the other clips of me talking about 2 other movies that are on the list that I think maybe my camera died or something. Anyway, there are actually 2 other things on the list. One of them is Adventureland, which I feel like not a lot of people talk about either. I love that movie. It's like Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart, and they work at an amusement park, which is great for summer. And then I have Little Miss Sunshine, also has an insane stacked cast with Abigail Breslin, Steve Carell, Toni Collette, and that one is definitely raunchier, a little bit inappropriate. Don't watch it with your family, but love it. Great summer vibes, great cast. So like I said, I'm going to put a link in the description box to my little infographic that I'm going to make, so you can screenshot it, put it on your Instagram story, put it as your wallpaper or in your camera roll, so you can check off all of the movies on my summer watch list. Okay, hi everyone, it's the next day. I finished doing this page yesterday, but my SD card ran out of footage, ran out of storage, so I didn't film the rest of it, but it's the same thing that I did here. Anyway, the only 2 pages that I have left to do are my moments page and my illustration. I had an idea for this page, but I don't think it's gonna work very well. I was gonna like paint a bunch of fruits like all sitting together and then cut out of a piece of paper like a netted bag. I really want to make more of these little stickers, and I feel like if I do the bag thing, it's gonna cover up all the stickers, so I feel like I'm not gonna do that. Maybe I'll do that like on a later page during the month, just like for fun. But I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of fruits like a close-up and do a couple stickers and have the stickers be like bigger than these ones are. But I think I'm gonna do this moments page first, and okay. One thing I did want to talk about in this video is like my approach to combining materials. I remember one time in college, one of my college professors told me that I needed to do that more. She was like, it makes everything more dynamic. It makes everything just like feel more thought through and less like, I don't know, a preliminary stage of a piece. I don't even know if that makes sense. I don't know if it made sense to me at the time because I don't know. But sometimes I feel like when I do things that are all just like marker, I get it now and it's like it looks kind of unfinished or like it's just not fully thought through. And I felt like trying something like this today where I just am grabbing different materials and combining them all together and layering them on top of each other with the paint and the like shiny gel pen and then the matte paint markers. I feel like it does give me like a more completionist look at these things. I don't know if I'm crazy for thinking that, but I feel like it does. It makes it look so much more like thought through and like this is a final product that has had more thought behind it. I mean, I still do like doing things that are just like plain paint markers, like flat colors like that, or just my Tombow markers because it's my journal. It doesn't have to be that like thought through, but I do really like that aspect of this. Like combining all those things together just makes it feel so much more thought through. Hey everyone, it's a few days later. I forgot to do the final reveal of the spreads, so here are my last spreads. So here's my cute divider page. I really like it. I feel like the colors in the stickers like really get pulled out with this sign and with the backgrounds. I just feel like it makes it look so vibrant and fun. This is like not really a style that I've ever done before, and I feel like it's very, I don't know, like I was saying before, I feel like it's like millennial modern, like millennial funky modern. I don't know, but I actually really like it and I enjoyed working in this style. Here is my final illustration page. I don't know if I filmed doing this little border, but I think it really made this page pop and like really tie in with the rest of the pages. And all these little stickers are so cute. And my cute little calendar header and my habits and my moments page is so cute. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do this theme or you do a similar one, I would love to see pictures of your bullet journal for the month. You can always send them to me on Instagram or on TikTok or tag me in photos or videos of them. I love to see them and I always share them to my story or repost them on TikTok. And as always, if you have any requests for August, you can leave them in the comments here or you can send it to me on Instagram. I would love to hear your ideas or requests for new bullet journal themes. And if you want to see some more from me, you can follow me over on Instagram and TikTok where I post a lot more frequently. I try to post every weekday, and if I don't, I'm always posting on my stories on Instagram and chatting with everyone. My Instagram is at graciecreates and my TikTok is at graciecreates. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!